Take a nice deep breath in. Lower and close the eyes as you breathe out. Take another nice deep breath in and out. And in. And this exhale, follow all the way through the body to the toes. Wiggle and jiggle your toes. Notice how the toes are feeling right now. Finding your normal breath. And come back to thinking about your soles of the feet, the top of the feet, the ankles, shins, calves, knees, thighs, pelvis, hips and groin. And with a lovely long exhale, just see if you can release any tightness or tension you might be holding in the lower body. Move into the belly, the ribs, the chest, the lower, mid and upper back, shoulders, arms, hands, fingers and thumbs, bringing some movement to those fingers and thumbs. Noticing how the fingers and thumbs are feeling right now. And then finding another nice long exhale. Just releasing any tightness or tension you might be feeling in the upper body. Softening the front and back of the neck. The space between the eyebrows soften. Relaxing the jaw. And just breathe your normal breath. Notice how the whole body feels as we arrive on the mat, ready for our practice this morning. We're going to start with our yogic breathing. 3 yogic breaths. Inhale, expand the belly. Exhale, take the belly all the way back to the spine. Inhale, fill up the lungs as much as you can. Exhale. Good. Inhale. And on the exhale, drop your chin to your chest as you draw your shoulders down the back. Notice the stretch on the back of the neck. Maybe have the back of your hands on the thighs, palms facing upwards. Take a nice 3 yogic breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And on the exhale, just take your chin towards your right shoulder. That rotation in the neck. Keep the face looking downwards. Normal breathing here. Finding your next exhale. Slowly, slowly bringing the chin back to center. When you're in center, pause. Breathe in. Exhale. Your yogic breathing. 2 more. Inhale. Expanding the belly. Exhale. Taking the belly all the way back to the spine. Inhale. On the next exhale, turn your chin towards the left shoulder. Get the rotation in the neck. Keep drawing the shoulders away from the ears. Lovely. Good. Take a breath in. And on the exhale, slowly bring your chin back to center. And pause. Notice the stretch on the back of the neck. Is it easing? Is it staying the same? Just become aware. 3 yogic breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And as you inhale, I want you to fill the lungs up as much as you can. But I also want you to expel all the air when you breathe out. I want to get rid of all that oxygen in the lungs before you take your next inhale. Inhale. And on this exhale, I want you to turn your chin towards the right shoulder. Let the chin pass by the shoulder. Bring the chin towards the ceiling. All the way round. Lovely, slow and mindful movements. This is a very strong movement for the neck, so we must be careful. And you must go slowly. And just notice any sensations that the neck offers you with this movement. We're just going to do 2 more. Nice, easy movements. All the way round. And when you've done your 3 slow head rolls in this direction, finish with your chin on your chest. Notice the stretch on the back of the neck. Become aware of the shoulders drawing down your back. 3 yogic breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And on the next exhale, take your chin towards the left shoulder. And repeat what we just did when you bring your chin towards the ceiling. Slow and steady. All the way round. All the way round. And if you hear a grinding sound, cracking sounds, any sort of sound, that's dehydration. And what we're doing here is hydrating this area of the body. And when you're done, just bring your chin to your chest and take that pause. Keep the shoulders drawing down the back. Notice the stretch on the back of the neck. Is it different from when you first did it? Just become aware. Take 3 yogic breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And with the exhale, you're going to use the muscle on the back of the neck and lift your head back on top of your shoulders. Keeping the eyes lowered or closed still, whatever you feel comfortable doing. Think about your posture now. We're going to slightly engage the belly. We're going to lift out from the waist and the chest, draw the shoulders back and down, tuck the chin in parallel to the floor, and the crown of the head reaching for the ceiling. Take 3 yogic breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Remember, don't be in a rush when you do this breath work because it can make you a bit dizzy. Take your time. Next, inhale. On the exhale, we're going to drop the right ear to the right shoulder. Notice the stretch on the left side of the neck. Bring the right hand to the side of the head, the left fingertips to the left shoulder. Lift your elbow up to the shoulder height, but if it's too much, just drop your elbow down wherever you feel is a challenge but not pain. Start those big circles. We want to floss out this shoulder joint So slow and steady movements for 1, 2, and 3. Now you might hear clicking and clonking as you go along with this movement. And again, that is just the dehydration around this joint. So we're going to go in the opposite direction now for 1 and 2 and 3. And when you've finished, release both hands and wiggle and jiggle those fingers and thumbs all the way to your thighs. Leave your head where it is, palms facing up. When you breathe in, lengthen the head away, so stretch the neck. And when you exhale back up, keep that length in the left side of the neck. Come back to center. Think about your posture. Sit up nice and tall, 3 yogic breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And on this exhale, drop your left ear to your left shoulder. Keep drawing those shoulders down the back. You're going to bring your left hand to the side of the head, right fingertips to the shoulder. Lift your elbow up where you feel you can. Shoulder heights, no more. And then start those circles for 1. Make them as big, as much as your shoulder mobility will allow you. 2 and 3. And let's go the other way. 4, 1 and 2 and 3. When you're done, you're going to release the hand, which was there just for gravity, nothing else. Wiggle and jiggle those fingers and thumbs to your thighs, leaving your head where it is, palms facing up. Take a breath in and lengthen. And as you exhale the head up, 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 bring it back, chin parallel to the floor. Just notice the space you've created between the shoulders and the ears. Sitting up nice and tall, keep lifting the chest, lifting from the waist, engaging the abs. 3 yogic breaths. Inhale. 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 And on the last exhale, start to turn your head around to look over your right shoulder. Leave your shoulder square to the front. Go as far around as you can. Normal breathing here. And then slowly with your exhale, bring your chin back to center. Slow movements with this neck. Good. 3 yogic breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Keep sucking that belly back towards the spine, engaging those abdominal muscles. Inhale. And on the exhale, turn your head to look over your left shoulder, all the way round, keeping your shoulders square to the front. Notice the difference between the left and the right side. Breathe in. And on the exhale, slowly come back round to center. We're going to finish with 3 yogic breaths. And we're going to hold at the top of the inhale, and then at the exhale, we're going to hold. And we're going to hold for longer on the 3rd exhale, in and out, okay? So, inhale. Expand that belly. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Really get every bit of air out from those lungs. This time we're going to hold a bit longer, so inhale. And exhale. So you're sucking your belly right the way back while you're holding the breath out. Then come back to inhaling and exhaling normally. And again, before we open our eyes or lower our eyes, we're going to just do that final check on the body, noticing how the upper body feels, the neck, the shoulders, the lungs, the ribs, the chest, the belly. And then slowly blink open the eyes and come back into the room. Well done. There you go. The first part, all right, Harriet? Good. Okay. Take your legs out long in front of you. Okay. Just be mindful of your knees. When you've had them crossed, it's a bit of a pain. Just have a few seconds. The body adjusts. Okay. Take the heels away, toes to the ceiling. Okay. We're going to sit in Dandasana, which is sort of staff pose, so it's like a right angle. So you're going to be sitting up tall. This is really good for your posture. Draw the shoulders back and down. Chest is lifted, coming out from the waist. You're engaging your belly now. You're tucking your chin in. A lot of people, when they sit upright, they kind of go like this. Well, this is now taking the spine kind of out of alignment with the rest of the spine. So we need to keep the chin parallel to the floor and kind of tucked in. So the intention is the ears, the shoulders and the hips are all in alignment, okay? If you're like this or you're like this, you're not in alignment. Okay, take a deep breath in. Bring those arms up. Lengthen out from the shoulder joints, but don't bring the shoulders up to the ears. So drop your shoulders back down your back so your arms will go a bit wider. Keep the belly sucked in, keep the length in the spine. We're going to lift, imagine we've got a great big beach ball on our lap and we want to get over it to get to our toes. So we're going to lift up and forward fold, wherever you can get to. Nice hamstring stretch. I know it's a killer for some. Now you can bend your knees like so, if you can't get to your shins or whatever, okay? It's not a problem. You're still opening out your lower back. You're still stretching those hamstrings. If you can, then this is great. Keep your legs straight. Well done, Valerie. Good. Can you take your legs a little bit further away just to sort of... Just what would be good is each week that we do this, that you kind of just do a little gauge for yourself. And if you can't, you can't. That's fine. You'll get there whenever you get there. The journey is what the journey is. But the intention is you're going to get your forehead on your shins. Okay, but that's the intention. This is just a warm-up and we're just going to be here stretching the little bit of the hamstrings, the lower back. And then slowly, very slowly and carefully, walk your hands back up the front of your legs, stacking each vertebra one at a time. Good. And then coming to sit upright. Drop those shoulders back and down. Keep lifting that chest. Take the hands behind the back. And then squeeze those shoulder blades together. Lift the chest. Really open out that chest and take a couple of good deep breaths in here. Inhale. Exhale. We don't want the head dropping back. And remember the spine. We want to keep the spine in line. So when you drop your head back, then that takes the spine out of line with the rest of the spine. So we want to keep it nice and connected. And when you do your second exhale, come back up. And as you come back up, keep that upper body nice and long as you come back. Good. Lovely. Inhale, arms up. Think about your shoulder blades. Drop those shoulders down your back. Think about that beach ball. You're going to lift up and try and reach over and come down, lengthening the torso. So the torso's lengthening on the thighs if you can. Bending your knees if you can. Another option, sometimes your heels feel quite painful so you can put a blanket under your heels, which might make it a bit more comfortable. Breathe into the back of the body now. Good. And then again, slowly walk your hands back up your legs, stacking the vertebrae. And as you get to your knees, draw those shoulders, round those shoulders and draw them down towards the center of your back. As you come up, keep lifting that torso, lifting your body. Sit up nice and tall. Bring your hands behind you. Draw those shoulder blades together and open out that chest. Good. Really stretch the chest. Take deep breaths in and out. And then again in. And on this exhale, come back up. But keep coming back up, lifting that torso up nice and long. Lovely. Good. Okay. Let's bring the arms up and down. Now, I want you to think about your shoulder blades when you do this, okay? I want those shoulder blades moving. I want you to get a sense of those shoulder blades moving. Good. And down. Up. And down. Come up. Right hand down. Left arm up. Reaching up. Really get that side stretch in the left side. Coming out from your shoulder joint. Coming out from your waist. Root your left sit bone down so you are getting like a two-way stretch. And then you're going to lean over. You're bending your right elbow. Hand is on the floor. Or you can have a fist if your wrist is uncomfortable. And really imagine those ribs expanding, getting a nice opening there. Breathe into the lungs here, good breaths. And as you bring your arm up, you're still lengthening out from that shoulder joint. You're going to bring your right arm up to join and then drop your left arm to the floor. Reach up. Lengthen, get that stretch before you lean it over. And then bend the left elbow as you lean over. Keep lengthening out from that shoulder joint, opening up the ribs. Breathe. Nice deep breaths in and out. Take every opportunity to fill your lungs up really well, guys. Really want strong lungs. And then lift up. Bring the other arm up to meet. Drop your right hand down. Take your left hand behind. Nice rotation. Looking over your shoulder. Sitting up nice and tall. Use the hand on the outside of your left knee to help with the resistance here. And then bring those arms up. Come all the way around. Use your waist muscles. And then drop your left hand to your right, outside of your right knee. Take your right hand behind you. Nice rotation. Bring the arms up. Again, reach. Bring them down. Roll the shoulders round. Good, lovely. Let's go the other way. Excellent. So we're going to come to the floor and we are going to do some work on our hips. So you can have a blanket under your head for now, okay? Because we will be doing bridge, and you know when you have bridge you must not have anything under your head when you do bridge, okay? So I'm going to go sideways here And I'm not going to do anything that you haven't done before. We're going to come to lying down. Whatever you have under your head, whether it's a block or a blanket, make sure it's just to the nape of your neck, because if you, when people put the block or that right to the shoulders, they generally kind of lift their chin up. Then again, like I said, that puts the spine out of alignment. So we want to have it just at the nape of the neck, so it's fully supported, but the back of the neck is hanging in gravity, and it kind of keeps your chin tucked in and parallel to the floor. Okay, so make sure you've got your strap nearby. Good. Okay. So we are going to cross the right leg over the left. The palms are facing downwards and the arms are slightly away from the body. We are just going to roll towards the right side. So we're going to drop the knee, if we can, to the floor. If you can't get there, keep your shoulders on the floor. If by bringing your knee to the floor, your left shoulder comes up, then you can only go as far as you can keep your shoulders on the floor, okay? So we're going to get a nice kind of stretching out from the hip here. Like I said, palms facing down. You should feel a lengthening on the left thigh. Good. And you'll be on the inside edge of your left foot. Nice few breaths here. Then you're going to roll back slowly to center. Take a breath in. Keep the leg crossed, the same leg crossed, and you're just going to roll to the left side. And your big toe will be your anchor. If you can get your big toe to the floor. If you can't, don't worry about it. Just go where you feel you can. The important thing is keeping your shoulders on the floor. So the upper body is in one direction and the lower body is in the other direction. You should feel quite a strong stretch around your right hip. Maybe the back of your waist even, just depends on everyone as an individual, have different sensations. And breathe. Then come back to center. And just become aware of the spine on the mat, lower back, and then uncross that leg. And bring the left foot on top of the right knee. And again, we're going to drop the knee towards the left side now. But only go as far as your shoulders will allow you to. You want your shoulders on the floor. So you should feel a nice stretch down the right side. And breathe. Always make the move on the exhale. So when I ask you to move, if I don't say it, you need to breathe in and exhale back. Use your abs to bring you back up. Lovely. Just pause. Notice the lower back and the spine on the mat. And then release your leg. Bring the right knee into your chest and interlock your hands in front of the knee, the right knee. And just notice that stretch. So this is a nice hamstring stretch. Breathe. Now I'm going to ask us to do a happy baby, half a happy baby. So that means you're going to bring your foot, the whole foot towards the ceiling. Going to take the knee out a bit. If you can reach the outside edge. Now that's the tough one. And you bring your knee towards your armpit. Now, if that's not for you today, you can hold on to the back of your calf, you can hold on to your ankle, you can grab hold of your big toe. But that's the movement. Again, it's stretching those hamstrings. So can you get hold of your calf like so and bend your knee as if it's coming towards your armpit. So your knee rocks out to the side, so it's not heading towards your chest. That's it, you've got it. That's it, good. Lovely. You've got one foot down on the floor and the other foot up. So your right foot is up. Your left foot is bent, your left leg is bent and the foot is on the floor. That helps your back. So one foot on the floor. Gal, one foot on the floor. That's it. Bend the knee as if it's going into your armpit and grab hold of your foot or your ankle, whatever, yeah? Lovely. Smashing. And breathe. Now we need to be mindful because this is quite a strong pose. So we don't just let the hand go and let the leg just do whatever it wants to do. You slowly, slowly release your hand. Have control over this leg. Bring it back in so it's going in towards your chest. Take your hands behind your knee. Bring the knee into your chest. And let's do a bit of an ankle rotation. A few circles one way. And then a few circles in the opposite direction. Good. And then slowly bring that foot to the floor. We're going to now take the left knee in. Interlock your hands in front of your knee. Just bring that knee in towards the chest. Now the right foot is bent, right leg is bent, and the right foot is on the floor, okay? We do not take our legs long for this pose. Keep that knee coming in. Keep the pressure of the hands as you help the knee to come a bit more in towards the chest. And notice if the connective tissue here, the fascia, starts to release and relax. And then bring that left foot towards the ceiling. Keep the knee bent. And then wherever you can grab hold of around the calf. But the idea is that you use your foot or your big toe, wherever you feel you can get hold of comfortably, okay? It's important that you're using your arm to help kind of ease the knee in towards your armpit as much as you can. Good. Lovely. Again, this is stretching the hamstring into the glutes. And breathe. And when you breathe, see if you can soften. If you're feeling this is quite an intense position to be in, think about that space where you feel it's intense, the sensation is quite strong. And see if you can take your breath to that space. And see if you can ease and soften around that area. Now remember, we're going to release it. So we're going to slowly release with control the leg. Bring it back into facing the chest. Take your hands behind the knee. And let's do a little bit of ankle rotation just to give the leg a chance to adjust. A few nice ankle rolls one way. And then go the other way. And then bring the foot down. And just rock the legs from side to side just to release any tension that you might be having in the hip area, groin area. Okay, so we're going to bring both knees into the chest. And we're going to rock from side to side. So just feel that nice massage on the lower back as you rock from side to side. Try and go as slow as you can, all right? We want to really tap into that parasympathetic nervous system. So we don't want to be rocking from side to side like this. We want to just be slow and steady, because this then lets the brain know that we're slowing everything down. And our breath has enabled to let the brain know that we are kind of wanting to tap into our rest and digest system. Start to do some circles. So you're going to breathe in and your knees come in, and on as you move your knees away from the chest. And if you're unsure, have a look at me. I'm taking my knees away on the exhale, bringing them in on the inhale and out. So you're getting a nice massage on that lower back. And then go in the opposite direction. Good. Make this the last circle. Come back. We're now going to do a full happy baby if you can. If you can't, you just do the single one, okay? But if you can, you grab hold of both your feet, toes, calves, whatever you can do. And then you're just going to rock from side to side. And you should feel a strong connection with your spine to the mat. Just rocking from side to side. I find it easier than just being static, because it's quite a strong pose. Good. That's it, keeping your knees bent. So your knees are meant to be outwards, not in line with your chest now. They're meant to be kind of either side of your chest and you're heading towards your armpits. So that is why you're opening out your hips. Good. And just rocking from side to side. Not the most flattering pose, but it's very good for the hips. And then we're going to release the hands. Grab the hands, the calves with the hands. Bring the knees together. And just slowly, slowly, one at a time, bring one foot down, then the other foot down. And I think it's time for a nice long stretch. So slide the legs long. Take the arms up over the head, reach up, get the shoulder blades off the mat, and then bring your arms over your head. If you can get your hands to the floor, can't get your hands to the floor, just take them wider and to the point where you can get your hands to the floor. Lengthen out from the shoulders, walk your legs out from your hips and have that full body stretch. Lovely, deep breath in. And exhale out. Now point the toes. And again, deep breath in. Nice long exhale out. And then just bring your arms back up and over. Slide one foot to the floor, the other foot to the floor. Good. Okay. So we are going to get the strap. Going to place it under the right foot. Have the strap so that you can place the back of your arms on the mat. I don't want your arms up like that. I want the arms on the floor, the back of your arms on the floor. Your left foot, walk out to the outside edge of your mat, so you've got some space. So we're just going to draw the foot down, but do not take the foot to the floor, and then bring it up. We're just working into the right hip. We want to keep the left hip very still. So try not to move the pelvis, only on the right side. Up and down. Good. Up and down. Keep your left foot on the mat. So it's not long. Your leg is bent. The knee is bent. The left knee is bent. That's it. Good. That helps the lower back when your leg is bent and your foot is on the floor. It stabilizes you. Use your abs as well here. But just feel that sensation on the back of the right hip. Good. Again, this is helping the hamstrings to have a little stretch. Make this the last one. Bring it up. Okay. Take your hands now really quite close to your feet. So you've got quite a strong resistance. So your arms will be off the floor now. You're going to roll the foot round and you're going to drop your heel into your groin and drop your knee out. Bring it up and rotate round with the foot. Bring the arch towards you again. Rock it down. And then up. One more time round. Bring the heel into the groin, drop your knee out to the side. Bring it up. Now slide your left leg long, but flex the heel away and toes to the ceiling. So the left leg is engaged. You're going to roll your arch towards you on your right foot and then bring your right foot on top of your left thigh and drop your knee out. If that's too much, you can take your foot to the inside to the floor, whatever's easier, or take your foot away if it's too intense, all right? Find the position for you that's right for you. And while you're here, I want you to see if you can kind of, engage that knee, the right knee, to kind of, gravity's playing its part here, but you kind of encourage gravity as you just let that knee kind of aim towards the floor. And breathe. The left leg is engaged, the heels away, the toes to the ceiling. Breathe. Then slide the bend the left knee, keep the foot onto the thigh, on the thigh, bring the left foot in, keep pushing that right knee away, and then bring that right foot towards the ceiling. Bring the left foot to join the right foot and exchange the feet. Bring the right foot to the floor, knee bent to the outside edge of your mat. Slide your hands down your straps so the backs of your arms can be on the floor. Straighten that leg and then you're going to drop it down towards the floor, but don't touch the floor, and then come up, down and up. Just notice that hip. Is it different to the other side, the sensations that it's offering you? Keep the right hip now still. It's the left hip that's working. Good, well done everyone. Make this the last one. Bring your foot up and then take the strap. Bring your hands closer to your foot. Arms now are off the floor. And you're going to rotate the arch of your left foot down, bring it in towards your groin, drop the knee out. Bring it up. And again, rotate round. Drop the knee out. So you should be feeling this around your hip flexor, around your groin area. Bring it down again, heel into the groin, drop the knee out. Bring the foot up, slide the right leg long, engage the right leg, heel away, toe to the ceiling. And then you're going to rotate your arch towards you of your left foot and drop it onto your right thigh or on the floor, wherever you feel is comfortable for you. But the intention is to get a stretch on the inner thigh and around the hip flexor. Good. Well done. And breathe. And then slide that right foot on the mat, bend the right knee as you bring the foot up. And then take the stress off the strap and place your strap to the side. Okay, and just rock the legs. Just loosen any kind of tension you might be holding in that hip. And while we're on the floor, have your backs of your arms on the floor. Let's just jiggle the fingers around, making gentle fists. Roll those thumbs around. One way and then the other. And rotate the wrists. And then go the other way. And then just give the hands a shake. Jiggle the fingers as much as you want. Just when you hold the strap, sometimes it really does kind of, you need to have your hands, pay attention to your hands for a little bit. Good. Okay, so we're going to bring the right knee up. Now, need to look at me for this. We normally do it with the strap where we take the leg out and then we do those big circles. But we're not going to do the big circles, but we are not going to have the strap to rely on. We're going to just take the knee, the right knee, keep it bent, and we're just going to do some circles like this. But I want you to keep your left side as still as you can, all right? So I don't want any rocking around like this, okay? So the left leg goes with the right leg. I want the left leg, the knee is pointing towards the ceiling, and it's only your right knee that's moving, okay? So you're rolling around like this with your leg. You might want to put your left hand on your left leg to make sure that it doesn't move. So we're going to do 5 circles one way. Okay, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're going to do 5 circles in the opposite direction. 4, 1, and go slow. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then just rock the leg from side to side like that. So that movement is coming into your hip. And then slowly place that foot to the floor. And just allow that leg to realize what you've just done to it. And then we're going to bring the left knee up, right hand on right thigh, and start those circles. Remember to keep the pelvis very still. You're just working on the left side now. 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to go the other way for 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. And then just shake the leg, rock it from side to side. Good. And then bring that foot to the floor. Whew. Soles of the feet together, drop the knees out. Let's give it a little stretch. Lying down butterfly pose, lovely. Both hands on the outsides of your thighs, help your legs come together. Final kind of hip one, we're going to keep the feet, imagine your feet are glued together and your knees are glued together. We're going to bring the arms out to cactus arms, so that means that your arms are bent at the elbows and the fingers are facing upwards towards where your head, in the direction of your head. You're going to just bring your feet in, not as close as bridge. You're going to bring your feet together and then you're just going to rock your knees
to the right side, keeping both shoulders on the floor. Now, your knee might not go with your left knee might not go with your right knee, but just see if you can push with a bit of, energy, that knee to join the other leg. If you can't, then don't worry about it. Just give it a go. It's a nice rotational stretch. Wonderful. Well done, everyone. Good. Your head will be away, looking away, so your head will be looking in the left direction. Nice rotation for the neck. And then slowly with your left hip and your abs, bring those knees back to center. Lovely. Both feet on the floor. Take a breath in. And on the exhale, make sure your feet stay together as you roll your knees towards the left side. Turn your head to the right. And breathe. And then slowly bring your head back to center. Use your hip, your right hip and your abs to bring your knees back to center. Good. Bring your arms down. Okay, so now we're going to get ready for bridge. So whatever you've got under your head, take it away. Make sure you've got space behind you, because we're going to take our arms over our head. So, I don't want you knocking into shoes and blocks and what have you, okay? So you know where your feet need to be. So they need to be quite near the sit bone, but make sure, let me just demonstrate. I don't want you to be like this, where your knees then are over your ankle, okay? That's not how you need to have it. Your knee and your ankle need to be in alignment, okay? So wherever you can go. Anatomically, we're all different. The theory is that you can sort of touch the back of your heels with your fingers, and that should tell you that it's the right position. But if you've got short arms and a long body, that's not going to happen, is it? So you kind of just have to go with your body, all right? So your feet are a hip distance apart. Remember to become aware of your knees and your ankles, okay? I'll demonstrate and then I'll get up and have a look and make sure everyone's in the right position, all right? So, okay. So before we do anything, we're not going to raise the bottom off the floor yet. We're just going to tilt the pelvis towards the navel. So that means your back is flat. The arch of your back is flattened. And then when you take your pelvis away, you increase that arch in your back. So you're tilting towards the navel, and then you're moving away from the navel, and the arch appears. Flattens and appears. Okay. Palms facing down, a little bit away from the body. Shoulders you can adjust your shoulders, make sure they're not rising up towards your ears, they are away. Your chest is lifted. Okay, take a deep breath in. On the exhale, bring your pelvis towards your navel and push into your feet and lift your bottom up. Only a little way, first of all. We don't want to make any pressure on the spine. So you're like a hammock, I suppose. Your upper body is like a hammock, it's hanging, and then you're going to tilt the pelvis towards the navel and come down slowly. Then take the belly away from the navel and then exhale back towards the navel, push into your feet. And each time you come up, we're warming up into this position. You are coming up a little bit higher, hopefully. All right, push into your feet, lift your bottom off the floor as you bring your pelvis towards your navel, and then back down again and away. And each time you come up a little bit higher. That's it. Good, everyone. Good. Now, be mindful of your lower back, okay? It's very important that you listen to your body, all right? So keep coming up and down, but see if you can come up higher each time. You're using your abs, you're using your legs, your hips, your pelvis. So many things in the body that we're using. Good. Okay, so I think we're all there. So this time, You're going to keep your arms on the back of your arms on the floor. You're going to push into your feet as you come up. You're going to distribute the weight between your shoulders and your feet, okay? I want you to tighten your glutes. I want you to do that. And that should then engage your pelvis at the front and kind of engage your quadriceps, your thighs. And I want you to push into the back of your arms. And as you push into the back of your arms, your chest will lift. And you're giving yourself a little mini thoracic spine back bend. So this is very good for the thoracic spine. And we're distributing the weight. This is a great shape to understand how we need to distribute weight in the body. So think about pushing into your feet, putting the energy into your feet. Think about your shoulders. Think about how your head is. Your chin is tucked in and parallel to the floor. Remember that, okay? Really important that the spine is all the way in line with your head is not, your chin's not up, it's kind of tucked in. Keep sucking the belly in. Keep using those glutes to push you up a bit more. The thighs are engaged, the backs of your arms are engaged. Lifting that chest. And then slowly, slowly, slowly come down. Keep tilting that pelvis towards the navel, heading towards the back of your calves sort of thing. Then as your bottom touches the floor, you take that pelvis away from the navel. Increase that arch in your back. And then this time we're going to come back, bringing the pelvis towards the navel, push into your feet, push into your shoulders, distribute the weight. So not so much in the glutes now, but I want you to take your arms towards the ceiling. Take the shoulder blades off the floor, so you're reaching with your arms, and keep that stretch as you bring your hands over your head. Now, if you can't get your hands to the floor, straight over your head, take them wide, just do it to the point where you can. Really now, keep pushing into the feet and to the shoulders. Pause. Hold this position. Now we're going to tilt the pelvis towards the navel and slowly, vertebra by vertebra, come down. So I really want you to feel that sense of lengthening the spine as you come down. And certainly the lower part of the spine as you're tilting your pelvis towards your navel. When your bottom touches the floor, you're going to take that pelvis away from and get that lovely upper body stretch. Breathe in. And on the exhale, bring the arms back down to your sides. Lovely. This time we can have our knees into the chest. We've done quite a lot of bridge there. And just rock from side to side. Good. Bring your feet down, ready for another bridge. Good. This time, palms facing down, away from the body. Tilt the pelvis towards the navel. Push up. Now, you don't need to go so high, but I want you to control your hips. I want the torso to make some washing machine movements, some circular movements, but I want your thighs to stay, or your hips to stay kind of fairly still. I'm sure there will be some movement, but it's that circular movement. I'd like you to watch me while I do this, okay? I'm moving my shoulders. I'm using my shoulders to help me to rotate my spine, my ribs, around my spine. I'm going to do 5 slow circles one way, and then I'm going to do 5 slow circles in the opposite direction. Okay? So you don't lose sight of the fact that the weight is going through your feet. You might need to use your glutes, all right? You're certainly using your abs, but we want to keep the center part, the hips as still as we possibly can while we're moving the upper body, okay? And I'm going to have a look at you while you do it, just to... You've got no idea. Take your hands away from your body. Their arms are too close to your body, so take them a little bit away. Keep the energy going through your feet, and then you're just going to move, like we're doing cat-cow movement. You're just going to move your chest around. Try and keep your hips. Hips are going to move a little bit, okay? But yeah, they're going to move, but you want to try and keep them as still as you can. That's it, Valerie. Well done. And your shoulders kind of
become involved in it. Lovely. Good. When you've done your 5 one way and then 5 the other way, come down and bring your knees into your chest when you're done. I know it's not easy. Lovely. And then we're going to take the hands behind the back of the knees. We're going to start that rocking movement and see if we can come up. Yay! Well done. Well done, everyone. Doesn't matter how many rocks you do, as long as you get up there in the end. All right? Okay, let's come round. I would suggest we're going to do cat-cow. So, and I'll show you what cat-cow is, Harriet, so don't worry. And if you've got delicate knees, it's always good to put a bit of padding under your knees, okay? So that's why we have a blanket. So you can plonk your blanket like so. Remember, don't have any, the other thing is some people, they put the blankets, but there's like a ridge in the blanket and it kind of aggravates the knee. So you just got to make sure. I always refer to the story, The Princess and the Pea. So, you know, which one of our ladies didn't know, hadn't heard about. But she sent me a copy of the book. She WhatsApped the front of her. She found the book. She thought it was a bit of a, you know, she'd never heard. She thought it was a bit of a pervy book. I don't know why. Anyway, I don't know why. Okay. So you're square, okay? So you must make sure that your wrists and your shoulders are in line, right? And you must make sure that your knees and your hips are in line. The tops of your feet are on the floor. Don't have it on your toes. You're just going to do the tops of your, gently touch the tops of your feet to the floor. Okay. So we're going to, again, like we're doing in bridge, you're going to bring your pelvis towards your navel and really round your back. Suck the belly right towards the spine. Push the spine between the shoulder blades. You're working into the heel of your hands, not into your fingers, but your fingers are pointing to the end of your mat and they're slightly apart, okay? When you come into cow, you're going to relax the belly towards the floor. You're going to draw your shoulders towards the middle part of your back and you're trying to push your chest in between your arms. So the arch of the dip in your back is quite a dip, right? So a little bit of a back bend here. And then when you come back into cat with your exhale, you're sucking the belly in towards your spine. And when you come into cow, you're dropping your belly down, drawing the shoulders towards your mid part of your back, and you're trying to push the chest through. Now let's forget the head, because people do this with the head. They go cat like that, and then cow like that. Forget the head. We want to just let the body be the dominant kind of control here. The head will just go with the body, okay? It'll move gently with the body. So you're rounding your back like a cat does. It should be a nice, pleasant feeling. And then you're going to be coming down into cow. So let's just do a few of these. So rounding your back as much as you can when you're in cat. And then relaxing the belly down towards the floor when you come into your cow. But draw those shoulders down towards the mid part of your back. It's releasing your lower back. If you ever have any back problems, this is a great position to do. You can do this in chair, you can do it standing, which we are going to do a bit later. Good. Lovely. Okay, come to a flat back, which means a neutral back. So it's not like with an arch like that, it's flat back like this. We're going to do what we just did in bridge. So we're going to try and keep the hips steady and still, and we're just going to move the torso around, okay? So we're working the ribs around the spine. We want these ribs to be able to have movement in them. And it's just work. So we're going to do 5 circles one way and then 5 circles in the opposite direction. But you want to try, now I know your hips will move a little bit, but try and, you know, if you can, not move them as much as, you know, possible. All right? So give that a go. 5 circles one way. And 5 circles in the opposite direction. Good. I know it's hard. The brain's just got to accept what you want to do. Lovely. When you've done, come into child's pose. Toes together, knees apart, hands in front, and just drop your head to the floor. Lovely. Walk your hands towards your knees. Come onto your toes. Stretch those toes. Sit back. Stretch your toes. Now you might need to play around with your toes. Your toes might not be the ideal shape for you to stretch them all, but you can kind of rock from side to side to try and get as many of your toes stretched as you possibly can. All right? Sometimes that can be quite a painful thing to do, but it's important because if you have tight feet, it affects your lower back and your shoulders, believe it or not. And you know, your tongue, I read the other day, is connected to your toes. So there you go. Yeah. Okay. Let's lean forward. Let's jiggle those toes around. Ooh, ooh. Maybe move the ankles again. And then come back on your toes. And if you can come up into a little squat. And then come down. Stretch your toes. Come up. Little squat. And come. If you can't do it, just stay as you are, okay? So you need to keep your knees open and you can hold your hands on the floor. That's it. You're in a little squat. There you go. Then you're going to come down. Well done. See, you didn't think you could do that. And then up. And those of us that are in a squat, we can push through our legs and come up. How about that? Then we're going to come down. We're going to come onto our knees. Okay, so we're going to bring the right leg forward. Okay, that's it. And we're going to stay upright. Now, it's really important that when you come forward, that your knee isn't like this. Okay, because that's putting extra stress on your ankle and your knee. You really do need to make sure that so you can always move. If we're in a pose and you think, oh, my knee is really going over my ankle, just shimmy your foot forward. All right, no problem. Okay, so we're going to keep the upper body up, but we're just going to go in, drop the hip down, and then bring it back. Drop the hip down and bring it back. Now, I'm feeling my knee, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to double thick my blanket. In fact, I might quadruple thick my blanket. I'm just showing you, just in case, okay? So I've got a nice padding on my knee, and then I can bring my knee forward, okay? You do what you feel is right for you. So we're keeping the weight central here. And you should feel a stretch down here as you come forward, your hip flexor and the front of your thigh. Everyone got that feeling? Yeah? Good. You all right, Valerie? Yeah, good. Okay. So the more we come down, I want you to just kind of go into it a bit more. Not with your body weight, so don't lean forward, you're keeping your body weight up. We just want this hip to take this weight, okay, and this length here, and back up. So this time when we come forward, we're going to bring the hands to the inside of the foot, and we're going to drop that left hip really down now, really feel that stretch. You can come onto your fists like this if your wrists are, giving you drip. You feeling that in the hip, guys? Yeah? Good. And then we're going to come back. We're going to take the right hand, the right hand outside the right leg. And we're going to dig the heel in and draw that right hip back. You should feel straight in that right leg. You should feel a real stretch down the back of that leg, yeah? Good. So you're taking your right hip back, Harriet, straighten that right leg. Keep your hands on the floor. Whoop, whoop, whoops, the days. Okay. No, don't apologise. And just breathe and feel that stretch. And then come forward.
Bring your right hand back into the inside of your leg and bring that right leg back. Move your blanket to the other side and then bring your left foot forward. Good. Okay, same thing. I'm going to have the hand on the left thigh. We're just going to drop in. Remember, you've got to get your ankle and your knee in alignment as you're rocking forwards and back. But keep the body in central. It's the hip that's moving, okay? And it's the hip that we want to work into. Good. And each time, if you can go a little bit deeper, coming forward, really feeling it in the hip, that'd be great. Okay, this next one, when we come down, we're going to bring our hands down, really drop that right hip down. Really feel it. And breathe. Remember your options. You can have your fists. Yeah, you can get your hands to the floor. That's great. Just feel the stretch. And then take that left hand outside of the left foot. Draw that left hip back. Dig your heel in. Really feel the stretch on that left back of the left leg. And then bring that hand back in. Slide that knee back. Come onto your toes and bring your blanket out of the way. Come back to sit on your heels, if you're going to sit on your heels, but we're going to push into the legs and come up into our down dog. So you're going to push, not into the body like this, with your hands. You're going to come back, lift your knees up, so you're into your legs, and then push up into a nice down dog. Really feel that stretch. And then slowly walk your hands towards your feet into a nice forward fold. Slowly slide your hands, bending the knees along the front of your legs. Let your head be the last to come up. And come up. Well done. So the very first thing that we're going to do is come onto our block. You know what we need to do here. Half foot on, half the foot off. Now, Harriet, this might be challenging. It might not be. You might be absolutely fine. But what I'd suggest, if you feel a bit wobbly, just take yourself to where the windowsill is and you come onto your block like so, and you can hold your hand onto the block, the windowsill, sorry. All right, that's it. So we're just stretching the soles of your feet, the back of your heel, your calves, and the back of your knees. All right, it's a very good pose to do. It's if you're going for a walk or when you come back from a walk, this is what we should do to kind of warm up and cool down. So feel the stretch. You shouldn't feel such an intense stretch because we've done a lot of work on our hamstrings today. And then we're going to come up to the ball of our feet and slowly down. And then up and slowly down. Do what you can. And then up. This is the first time. Your first time is always challenging, okay? So let's see if we can keep up. Take the gaze to the floor, suck your belly in. Remember, try and get the weight to the outside edge of your feet. Engage those legs. That enables you to engage your legs, engage your thighs, and then slowly, 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 slowly come down. And step off. Okay. So we're going to do our balance, all right?
And the balance that we're going to do is bringing the knee up, tree pose, taking the leg back, and then there's, I'm just going to sort of layer it along the way. So let me show you. We're going to stand on our left foot. The ball of the right foot is going to be used for our knee coming up. Palms of the hand facing forwards. Lift your chest, tilt your pelvis towards the navel. Really engage your whole body. You're strong like a bull, okay? And then you're going to take your gaze to the floor, bringing that knee up, and then bring it down, okay? So that's one move. The next move, you're going to bring your knee up, and then you're going to come into your tree. Now, options. You can bring your toe to the floor like so, and just keep your knee out because you're getting that rotation in your hip, or you can bring your foot up like so, or above your knee, not on your knee. Then you're going to bring your knee forward and back. So those two moves are joined together, okay? The next thing we're going to do, we're going to bring the knee up. We're going to come into our tree, and then we're going to take the leg back, okay, into a lunge, all right? Good. Now remember, when we're in the lunge, we're going to come forward, okay, and we're just going to bring the knee up and down, okay? So that's the first part of it. So let's just practice that, all right? I'm going to stand here. So, ready? Knee up. Into tree. Lunge back. Now make sure you've got width in your lunge, okay? Lift the chest. Take the hands behind the back, interlock the fingers, draw the shoulder blades together, take the knuckles towards the floor and open that chest. Keep the spine in line. We're not going to drop the head back. And then release the hands, palms open. Push with the back foot into the front foot. Come up, and then bring that foot down. Well done. Let's try that on the other side. Bring the knee up. Into tree. We're going to take that leg back into a lunge. Interlock the hands. Draw the knuckles towards the floor. Lift the chest. Open the chest. Release the hands. Palms facing out. Transfer the weight from the back foot into the front foot. Bring the knee through and down. Well done. So now we're going to do all that, but when we get into the lunge, and let me just demonstrate, when we get into the lunge, actually we'll be doing that one, won't we? When we get into the lunge, we're going to bring the left forearm onto the thigh. We're going to rotate round. We're going to bring the other arm up, and then we're going to do 5 circles one way and 5 circles in the other direction, right? When we've done, we're going to come back, push in, come up and down. All right? Okay. I'll go this way now. So I've faced that direction. I'll do this direction now. Okay. So to your original foot. All right? Strong like a ball in that leg. Lengthen. Tilt the pelvis. Engage the belly. Arms forward. Chest lifted. Chin tucked in. Lift the knee up. Tree. Lunge back. Hands behind your back. Draw the knuckles down. Lift the chest. Draw the shoulder blades together. Release. Palms facing forward. Transfer the weight into your front foot. Bring your knee through. Bring it down. Well done. Okay, so we've got that one. Good, all right? So just go through the other one. On the other side, bring the knee up. Tree. Back. Hands. Draw the knuckles down. Lift the chest. Release. Palms forward. Transfer. Knee up and down. Swap feet. Okay. Up. Tree. back, forearm onto knee, rotate round, bring your arm up, circles, 4, 1, and 2, and 3, 4, 5. Let's go the other way. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring the hand down, turn your chest towards the front of your mat. Twizzle your foot round. Push the weight from the back foot to the front foot. Come through and down. Well done. Swap over. Onto the other foot. Bring your knee up. Into tree. Take that foot back. Bend that front leg. Forearm onto your thigh. Rotate your chest round. Bring your arm up and start your 5 circles. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go the other way for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring your chest back to the front of your mat. Transfer the weight, swivel your foot round. Transfer the weight into your front foot. Bring your knee up and down. Whew. Well done. Very impressed. Let's do some nice different way of doing balance, but it's bringing a sequence into it, which and then go the other way. Nice hip rolls. Good. Okay. Rock from side to side. Coming to the end now, Harriet. You can say thank goodness for that. Okay. And then we're just going to slide the hands down the front of our legs. Nice wide leg forward fold. Now you can come to your knees. You can come to your shins, your ankles, or you can bring your hands to the floor. Just feel that stretch. Keep your knees bent. We're not needing to do anything. It's just now a nice warm down. And then walk your hands forwards. Bring your knees to the floor. And then come onto your bottom. And then lay on your back. Bring some knees into the chest. Have something under your head. Get your feet warm with your socks if you want your socks on. Just bringing your knees into your chest and just having a nice little rock from side to side. And then we're in our Shavasana. Good. Get your blankets. But get your knees into your chest first. If you just to stretch your back and your hamstrings. Just gently, that's it. Just gently. If you've got your eye pillow, get your eye pillow. Good. And then when you feel you've stretched, bring your feet to the floor. 2 ways of doing Shavasana, just bringing your feet completely straight legs to the floor, letting the feet drop out to the side. Or you can have your legs in constructive rest pose where you have your feet on the floor, your knees bent. The feet are wide, the knees drop in. Whatever you feel is right for you. Take a nice deep breath in. And a nice relaxing sigh of breath out. Just allow the whole body to let go, release. Just imagine you are a sugar cube going into a nice hot cup of tea, melting into that tea, melting into the mat, onto the ground, the earth beneath you, absorbing all the positive energy the earth can offer, allowing the whole body to let go, relax, release, breathe, making no effort with the breath, but become aware of the rise and fall of the chest with the breath. Releasing those shoulders, sense of broadening, relaxing the chest, letting the belly soften, releasing those hips, maybe another sense of broadening of the hips on the mat, legs feeling heavy, feet are soft and relaxed, softening the toes. Think about the arms, just allow the arms just to be, softening those fingers, thumbs, relaxing the neck. Think about the skin on the face, the cheeks, soften the cheeks. Soften the eyelids. If you're trying to keep your eyes closed, maybe just relax them and soften. Soften the space between the eyebrows. Relax the jaw. Just breathe your normal breath. And if your mind is thinking of all the things you're going to do when you leave here, that's absolutely fine. But if you can, find a space in those thoughts. Come back to how the body is feeling. Come back to the rise and fall of the chest with the breath. Just have a break from your mind. Breathing in positive energy. Letting go of all that doesn't serve you well. Just let it come out with the out breath. Things you can't change, just let them go. Just allowing the body to absorb the benefit of the practice today. Just know we have worked the whole body today. Focused on our movements. Done so well. Learning how to take this time and not be in a rush to go, just allowing the body to rest, even if it's for 5 minutes, just that pure relaxation brings calmness to the body, to the mind. Take a nice deep breath in and a nice sigh of breath out. Bring some gentle movement to the fingers and the toes. And slowly think about moving to the right side of the body. No rush. When you're ready, you've created that space in the body now, which will leave you feeling well, calm, peaceful, relaxed. When you're ready, making your way to an upright seated position, keeping those eyes closed, continuing that internal scan of the body. Take a nice big stretch out with your arms. You've just woken up. Ooh, bring the palms of the hands together above the head. Bring the hands back down to the heart center. Just pause and notice how the whole body feels right now. Find gratitude and thankfulness in the heart and share it with yourself for the practice today. As always, thank you so much for sharing your precious time with me. I am so grateful. May you enjoy the rest of your day with peace, love, and very good health. Until we meet again, namaste.